Welcome viewers to a new episode in my Sound Breath series. Please note that this video is also available in Hindi audio. I have provided this link in the description of this video. In your pursuit of spiritual path of yoga and tantra, you must have come across references of saints who meditate in the harshness of the icy cold Himalayas for 6-8 months without food. By grace of Mahadev, I was fortunate to learn from few such yogis during my excursions in the Himalayas. This video is based on the foundations of their knowledge. If we contemplate on hunger control modes through Bija Mantra sadhana, it will be quite normal to connect it with the concept of hibernation as studied by modern science. Hibernation is observed in many animals, for example bear. Generally, during hibernation, metabolism is slowed down. All physical and mental activities are slowed down. Body's core temperature drops. This collectively is known as a state of torpor. Please note that I am providing just a basic overview about hibernation. Each animal, unique to their disposition, individually controls the stages of torpor. But viewers may note that in this stage of torpor, the brain does not enter a stage of suspended animation or yoga nidra. Conversely, when these animals come out of hibernation, they often show signs of extreme sleep deprivation. Hibernation is a survival adaptability. Animals have developed hibernation in response to the environmental stress they face. For example, harsh habitat, lack of food availability, etc. However, in us humans, as in response towards environmental stress, converse to such internal adaptability, we have developed external adaptability. With our intelligence, we have tried to overpower this stress by developing agriculture and controlled environments. Hence, many times when we get exposed to such environmental stress, we fall sick. The Ayurveda algorithms of Santarpan, Apatarpan, Langhan and Bruhan channelize our inner prana energy towards creating this internal adaptability. This helps us eventually to develop an voluntary control over our pranic energy, which finally helps merge this energy with consciousness. During yogic tapasya, achieving a state of hibernation is just one part of the process where the metabolism slows down. However, to stay physically and mentally active during this stage is what makes this Bija Mantra sadhana distinct from the stages of torpor. These algorithms lie at the foundation of Ganesha Vidya and many such similar sadhanas. When I started documenting my Sound Breath series, in my very first video of the series, I expounded upon the energy differences between Om and Reem Bija Mantra. In this video, I had given a brief overview of how by Om Bij sadhana, we can survive without food only on sunlight. However, Om Bij over time creates a complete inertia within us. There is no absorption or release of energy. Everything implodes towards the supreme all-encompassing energy, Brahma. Hence, Om is the ultimate Vidya. Ganesh Vidya is built on the controlled implosion-explosion energy foundations of Om. This Vidya is in form of vector. By employment of this Vidya, we can survive without food for long periods and also be productive. This Vidya projects the contraction and expansion of prana energy. Before I demonstrate Ganesh Vidya, we must first get an overview of certain metabolic pathways, especially the brain-gut axis, which controls our hunger. If we summarize in brief the working of a brain-gut axis, we can infer in brief that our hunger is controlled by hormones and nerve receptors. The hypothalamus gland located in our brain controls hunger pathways. There are 4 main nerve receptors in this gland, which either activate or deactivate hunger responses. The activation-deactivation happens in response to certain hormone enzyme cocktail in the circulation. For example, if the hormone ghrelin is secreted, the hunger is activated. If cholecystokinin is secreted, the hunger is deactivated. These hormones are not distinctly secreted in response to our energy requirements, but we can also influence them by sensory responses from food visualization. For example, if we visualize our favorite food, we feel hungry. Similarly, our hunger gets deactivated if the food is not to our liking. Similarly, if we hear a narrative about a favorite or disliked food, that too influences our hunger pathways. Hunger activation-deactivation through food visualization is controlled by different sections of our brain. More predominantly the limbic system, which connects our digestive tract with nerves. The main nerve here is vagus nerve. Limbic activation-deactivation is foundational to hunger control and prana energy circulation. I am presenting these references from modern science because it helps us understand that we can control our prana energy through sound and visualization, and subsequently influence our neurohormonal pathways. Building Bija Mantra sadhana on these sound visual algorithms, our rishis have decoded the cryptic secrets of cosmic prana energy. These complete body physiology control are known as siddhis or occult powers in Tantra and Yoga, because we normal humans are unaware of the algorithms of internal adaptability. I am presenting this Bija Mantra demonstration on these very foundations of sound breath algorithms. Keeping the brevity of this video, I am quickly presenting some pointers which may help us easily absorb the content of this video. In my explanation of this dynamic hibernation mode, there are two main points of evaluation. 1. Metabolism control. Here I will try and reduce my metabolic rate. I will try and infer this by monitoring my heart rate. 2. Environmental adaptability. As I elaborated before, that here we are not trying to achieve a state of torpor, but try and be functional in our exposure to environmental stress. Viewers, please note that our body tries to maintain its core temperature around 37 degrees Celsius in all weather conditions. This is achieved through a process called thermoregulation. I have already published 2 videos explaining thermoregulation, where I have demonstrated how yogis cool and heat their bodies in extreme warm and cold environments respectively. If interested, do watch them. I will provide their links in the description of this video. In extreme cold weather at 15,700 feet Himalayas, our body starts dropping its core temperature over time. Our body then tries to counter this and produce heat by a process called thermogenesis. Here mainly the lipids, carbohydrates in our body are burnt as fuel. Hence in cold weather we feel increased appetite. Since there is less oxygen at these elevations, the heart rate increases to circulate heat energy. Over time, the balance between thermogenesis and heart rate breaks, causing our body's core temperature to fall, which can prove fatal. Through my sadhana demonstration, I would try and observe if I can manage to considerably lower my heart rate in this environment and also not let my body's core temperature drop. Then, can I slow down the fuel burning process? If I do manage to attain these parameters, then can I remain physically active in this environment without food for a period of time? I have recorded this demonstration at 15,700 feet at Kedarthal. I arrived at Kedarthal within 5 days from Mumbai, which is located at sea level. From Gangotri and back, my hike composed of 40 kilometers, where I scaled to an elevation of 15,700 feet from 10,000 feet. In this entire hike, I just had one meal of clear soup on the night at my first base camp of Bhojkarak. This entire trek I just sustained on espresso and water. I have published my Kedarthal Yatra video separately. I am providing a link to it in the description of this video. Interested viewers, do watch it. Viewers, please note that I have a small weather window and time to document such practices, and hence there is no scope for retakes. Hence it becomes difficult to document each parameter perfectly. Hence do infer my work just as referential and not as complete sadhana or practice. I would also like to inform my viewers that in my present documentation, the technical parameters I have presented must not be taken as complete proof. In order to prove the relation between dynamic hibernation and Bija Mantra sadhana, we require to evaluate more technical parameters. To evaluate the changes happening in the brain during the Bija Mantra sadhana, we require scans like fMRI, PET scan and EEG monitoring. In addition to monitor metabolic changes, we would require to evaluate blood samples, oxygen variability and heart rate variability. However, I have tried to present a technical overview by documenting my heart rate and monitoring my core temperature through a professional grade thermal camera. In addition, I have tried to test the parameters by hiking without food. Bija Mantra mostly appear as letters to a normal eye. The reason is that in our education, we express words as a combination of letters. However, Bija Mantra sadhana is not just combination of meaningful expressions, but they are the activation source of combined limitless energy of the 5 tanmatra or the microsensory centers of the brain. We use a fraction of energy of these sensory centers to create a limited sensory world of thoughts and emotions through our sense organs, a world whose foundations depend on the pleasure and pain we experience through our sense organs. But Bija Mantra sadhana is all-encompassing. It is irrelevant of our karmic existence. Here we only experience uncorrupted, non-linear energy, which over time reveals itself as an integral of the cosmic energy. The cosmic energy we know as Pranav, Brahma, or a specific supreme tattva as per the school of thought. Hence, when by diet, discipline, and an all-expansive non-linear flow, slowly over time, when we imbibe this Bija Mantra as sadhana through sound, resonance, and pranayam, we reach the source of a pranic energy. Maintaining brevity, I would now explain Ganesh Bija Mantra Gang on these very algorithms. Entire cosmic creative energy is known as Shakti in Shastra. The various manifestation of this all-encompassing creative energy of Supreme Tattva Brahma is elaborated through Veda and Tantra by various Namaru or adjectives. For example, Devi Sahasranam, Vishnu Sahasranam, etc. This Nirgun or formless, abstract, limitless, non-perceivable energy can be perceived and inferred by us in Sagun or structural forms of Ganesh, Devi, etc. through their names and iconography. Every name expounds on each micro and macro manifestation of cosmos, explaining their creation and destruction algorithms in totality. Similar, we have various Namrup of Ganeshji. Most prominent in all Ganeshji's elaboration is his connect with food energy algorithms. The supreme algorithm of Ganesh Vidya lies in the Bij Gam. The sound, visualization and resonance of this Bij influences the hunger centers of brain. Similarly, there would be other such Vidyas, but I am only presenting here with my limited intelligence what I could learn in my spiritual life. Namaskar viewers, now I will be demonstrating Ganesh Vidya. I am at Kedartal, 15,700 feet Himalayas. I actually wanted to record this on the glacier, but I could not reach there due to overnight snowing. I have sun on my back and experiencing a bit of warmth. You can view the temperatures as I put thermal markers. This is a Lepton 3.5 thermal module and readings are near accurate. One marker will record my body temperature and two markers will measure the environment. I am going to perform simple Anulom Vilom Pranayam with Ganesh Mantra. We are going to employ both prakrit and vaikhari dhvani of the Bij Mantra Gam. Can I create a heat balance in my body and will my core temperature balance is what I will try to observe. Through Ganesh Vidya, the core Agni of our body balances out. I am having problems setting up the camera to my liking due to space issues. Hence, I will quickly record the demonstration and explain it through a voiceover. We will be employing alternate nostril breathing or Anulom Vilom Pranayam in this demonstration. Mool and Udyan Bandh are employed naturally. We are not employing Jalandhar Bandh here. We focus on Om Bij while inhaling. During Kumbhak or breath retention, we visualize Gam Bij in Prakrit Dhvani. We focus our senses inwards on the sound and resonance or vaikhari dhvani of Gang Bij. In exhale or Vilom, we focus on Om or Ganapataye Namah. Now my heartbeat is recording 39 beats per minute. It has fallen sharply. I am taking screenshots. It's 38 now. Because of Ganesh Mantra, I am feeling energetic, but the heart rate which was around 124 when I started is now at 38. Currently, I am not aware of temperature changes. After some time, I will direct Maheshji to put ice on me. I hope post that my heartbeat will increase to 120 and then again, I hope I can bring it down to 70, 80 or 90. Main action of this Vidya happens during Anulom and Kumbhak stages. Vilom only serves to maintain Laya or resonance rhythm. With projection of Om, possibly the limbic system of brain gets deactivated, due to which the vagus nerve sends signal of hunger deactivation. This slows down the metabolism and subsequently the heart rate dips. So the heartbeat is still 37 and dropping so. I will now request Maheshji to put some ice on me. Though I had put markers to record temperature changes, sadly they could not be aligned properly. I do apologize for the same. As you can see, the heartbeat increased to 77 and now moving up to 92. Gam B slows the dissipation of energy or heat from the body. This balances the core temperature of the body with minimal expense and provides energy for activity. Now my heartbeat is at 120. If my core temperature dips, you will see my body near the blue spectrum. But throughout the demonstration, my body was in the yellow spectrum, which indicates that heat loss was minimal from my body. Now my heartbeat is again reducing. It is now at 102. If I keep doing this sadhana, then it will fall to 70 or 50. But since I have to hike a long distance now, my mind is not completely immersed. This is just a demonstration to show how by Ganesh Mantra we can lower our heartbeat in cold weathers. The more time we manage to keep a heartbeat low, the more energy we sustain and have available for our expense. In cases of altitude or mountain sickness, the brain requires continuous supply of oxygen. So by employing this simple sadhana at the onset of the symptoms, we can reduce the altitude sickness and also climb high elevations. And if you do not get food, then by this vidya, you can sustain for maximum 2 to 3 days. I won't say more, as I have myself not experimented for long periods in such weather conditions. But 2 days you can be active with minimal food or water in such environmental conditions with this sadhana. There is a possibility that in place of gum beach, if you only employ Om, then our body can achieve a state of inertia, where by employing advanced pranayam, we can sustain just on sunlight. But by employing Gum Mantra, we maintain this state of adaptability which allows us to function and work. Like post this documentation, I immediately hiked for 18 kilometers without any food. Viewers, please note that I have presented a harmless simple demonstration based on algorithms of Bija Mantra sadhana. I am just expounding a part of sound breath visualization. Siddha yogis who survive in these extremely cold conditions without food and warm clothes, they employ deep pathways of Bija Mantra sadhana through advanced pranayam. Such sadhana is not the aim of my video. Ultimately, the goal of Bija Mantra sadhana is liberation or moksha. Hence, it is illogical to analyze these sadhanas from the point of view of modern science, because these sadhanas are not intended for material and physical gains. But in the modern tech-oriented world we live in, we are experiencing changes in agriculture, health, economics, and environment at a rapid pace. Scientists are exploring concepts of hibernation pathways for humans in space travel and species DNA preservation. Here, the concepts of internal energy expansion can prove highly relevant. On foundations of these algorithms of Tantra in near future, we can develop a universal artificial intelligence which can explore the origin of cosmos. On these very lines, I have published a video about AI in Tantra and Vedas. Do watch it if interested. It is my belief that in a near future, only that community will prosper who will develop internal environmental adaptability and hybrid immunity. Through such Bija Mantra sadhana built on the foundational concepts of sound breath visualization techniques and yantra energy algorithms, we can reach the primordial control of a neurohormonal axis, which may enable us to unlock the powers of this internal environmental adaptability. If by these very small efforts, my viewers are inspired to explore the applications of Bija Mantra sadhana, yantra energy pathways, and Vedic, Ayurvedic, Tantric algorithms towards immense possibilities of machine learning, artificial intelligence, and human adaptability and longevity through DNA energy expansion, if it helps to create an explorative view towards such applications, then I would consider my effort as a success. So I now take your leave from this divine Kedarthal Himalayas. One can observe the Trishul of Lord Shiva here. This is his temple and I have offered the Ganesh Vidya here. If you are a Shiva devotee, do visit this place. Deepen your sadhana through your yatra. Thank you for watching.